good morning, afternoon, and evening. It is my great pleasure to welcome all of you to the ninth edition of the World Intellectual Property Forum. The destructive force of Corona has hit us like a world war, or like a meteor would have struck the earth. But today is the World IP Day. We are gathered here to admire, appreciate, and celebrate the creative process and the healing effect that it has had on our physical and mental health. At the physical level, there are persons who have been affected, and there are others who are carriers or highly vulnerable. At the emotional level, there are issues of isolation as there are issues of togetherness. One question which everyone wonders about today is, will we ever return to the old normal? But irrespective of time or place, few things had immensely helped us. In a record time, our scientists and inventors have produced vaccines and drugs which will not only save lives but will help us and our children remain healthy and safe. Although the AI solutions have contributed to a great extent in this, we have our inventors and creators to thank. AI solutions have been created where we can screen large crowds of up to 200 people per minute for COVID. Drones are being used to make deliveries in remote areas. Programs like AlphaFold are contributing to predicting 3D structures of a protein based on their genetic sequencing. Healthcare applications like Practo have helped people get diagnosed from the safety of their homes. iRobots have helped quarantined doctors to carry out their tasks. 3D printed nasal swabs have been most useful. A Bangalore headquartered nanotechnology startup has created a Corona oven which can disinfect large surfaces within minutes. We have all these creators to thank for keeping us healthy and safe. The book, music, and films produced at this time has kept us informed, entertained, and enriched. AI has once again helped companies like Netflix understand increased interest in international content, and OTT subscribers have gone up 60% as consumers are now getting used to paying for content. We have authors, publishers, film producers, artists, and singers to thank for in this great effort in preventing us from getting into deep depression. The cell phone companies, computers, internet apps, and software like Zoom and Team have helped us remain connected. We would have been financially and socially crippled had it not been for the IT and telecom companies. To thank all of these great creators, I wish to cut a cake as a symbolic gesture to salute their efforts. This is a cake made at my home, so obviously does not have the kind of finesse which one would normally have. This is Happy World IP Day to all of you. Please take a bite and then I'll take a bite. It is delicious. So, this is wishing all of you a happy World IP Day. Incidentally, there are many articles on the online cake cutting problem. You may like to read one by Toby Walsh, which explores concepts of fair division and connects it to dispute resolution. But let me assure you that today there will be no shortage of cake, as another cake is coming up soon. But before we come to the second part of the celebration, just a few words on what has been happening in our IP world. There are a few trends which are worth mentioning. First is the ease with which courts at all levels have taken to virtual or hybrid hearings. Occasionally, the connectivity issues are faced, but by and large, all sorts of hearings, whether interlocutory or final, evidence, appeals, writs, or mediation are being taken up. Diverse range of attorneys and law offices from all over the country, from various cities, are participating in these hearings. Second is an increase in SEP or Standard Essential Patent litigation, showing that the world has some faith, or the right owners have faith in the Indian courts as a relief-giving country which will protect patent owners. This may be because of several reasons. For example, the market for Chinese companies and their products has increased, and they are mostly the defendants in these cases. The speed with which Indian trials are being conducted, and so litigation appears to be a viable option. The possibility of getting interim injunctions and damages, and an inherently fair and unbiased system. Third is the abolition of the IPAB. One view is that this is just an ordinance and may not last. Another view is that in any case it will take at least 6 months to transfer the cases to the High Court. A third view is that the load on the High Court might be a bit too much and may even lead to some jurisdictional issues. For example, a suit for infringement may be pending before the Delhi High Court and a cancellation petition before the Madras High Court, and so on. A fourth area of recent development are the line of cases relating to trademarks involved with Section 79 of the IT Act and the well-known intermediary defense. Here, what is the due diligence required of an intermediary is increasingly coming up before the Indian courts for decision. Finally, there are some copyright cases which involve the underlying rights and whether they continue to exist when absorbed into a film or lose their status and protection, and how music is to be evaluated. I shall now come to the second part of our celebration, which is to wish one of the greatest legal IP jurists who is amongst us today, Sir Robin Jacob, who shares his birthday with the World IP Day. My colleague has written a poem on Sir Robin Jacob, which I shall now read. Dear Sir Jacob, I wish you a very happy birthday. Whatever I may say of your tall figure, it shall be half as I would say. You have given creativity wind under its wings, awakening the world to IP and other things. A visionary sans fear, you've traveled far and near, from Trinity to Gray's Inn, to the bar, from the bench. You have guided us always to think beyond and fresh. Once Lord Justice and always a sharp, acerbic critic, a teacher and a perennial mentor. You have always pushed every limit, spanning 7 seas with your knowledge and flair. You are revered by inventors, innovators, and even naysayers. The world's going to forever remember your name, standing tall as you are in the IP Hall of Fame. It therefore is another beautiful coincidence, I say, to have your birthday celebrated as World IP Day. Let me now cut a cake for Sir Robin Jacob. Happy birthday, Sir Robin Jacob. And so I will offer the cake to Sir Robin Jacob. And I must have another bite. With this, I conclude this short welcome, and I wish you all a great World IP Day and a great seminar. Thank you.